Coming up, a WEBN breaking news update on tennis star Rafael Nadal's retirement announcement with Emily Champagne.
And a special update on Hurricane Milton after making landfall in Florida last night with weather correspondent Tony Ciano.
And Hit Point Hall sits down with us in studio to talk about their 5th season, Supernova, and the adventures that await them.
All that and much more this morning, Thursday, October 10th on Good Morning Emerson.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Faith Pinno.
And I'm Max Lasky. Faith, we can't escape talking about sports.
It's all we're good for these days.
It's all we know how to do. You know, tennis, lots going on in the tennis world.
It's like the one sport maybe I actually can't talk that much about.
Yeah, me either. But we talked about this.
Yeah, I've seen Challengers 4 times.
Yeah, Challengers is unbelievable.
I'm obsessed.
It made me fall in love with tennis.
Exactly. So now I'm paying a little bit more attention, and I couldn't help but ignore that this morning we got some big news for the tennis world. We're going to go to Emily Champagne, who knows a lot more about this. She's in the JPC with the WEBN News Update. Emily, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks, guys, and good morning.
Thank you.
I'm Emily Champagne, and welcome to today's WBN News Update. Let's get into today's top stories. As daylight breaks over Florida, damage assessment and recovery from Hurricane Milton begins. As of 6:30 this morning, over 3 million homes and businesses are without power. Milton left widespread water and wind damage. A camera captures the shredded roof of Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. The ballpark is home to the Tampa Bay Rays and serving as a staging site A camera captured the shredded roof of Tropicana Field in St. Search and rescue efforts began overnight. Police rescue people trapped in an apartment complex amid flooding from Hurricane Milton in Clearwater. Just before 9 this morning, officials confirmed tornadoes in St. Lucie County killed 4 people. Good Morning Emerson will have more details on the impact of Hurricane Milton and the current track coming up in weather. Renowned tennis player Rafael Nadal announced his retirement from tennis. During his career, the 38-year-old won 22 Grand Slam titles, played at this year's Olympic Games, and is recognized as one of the greatest tennis players of all time. In a social media post, Nadal said that the 2024 tour would be his last due to several injuries he has faced over the past 2 seasons. Nadal's final tournament will be with Spain at the Davis Cup Finals in November. A woman claims her drink was spiked at a Boston restaurant. Legal Seafood's customer Jamie Brodsky says she was drugged at the chain's Seaport location last Saturday. According to the 32-year-old, when she was dining at the popular restaurant, the water she was drinking was taken away by a bartender and replaced with a different one. Brodsky, sitting alone at the bar after an Oktoberfest event, was immediately confused by the actions before she started to feel dizzy. Although her vision started to blur, she was able to catch an Uber back home. Brodsky is now turning to TikTok, warning others to watch their drinks, go out with friends, and to always stay safe. A former speakeasy and gangster hangout in South Boston has hit the market. Once recognized as a private clubhouse for the Gustin gang during the 1930s Prohibition era, it's now a single-family home and a state-of-the-art kitchen with all the fixins. The price tag is $1 million. Las Vegas says goodbye to another iconic casino. The Tropicana was imploded yesterday to make room for a Major League Baseball stadium. The Tropicana sat on the Las Vegas Strip for 67 years. The casino made a name for itself by attracting top entertainment, including jazz great Louis Armstrong. There was no public viewing of the implosion, but crowds gathered on the Strip to say goodbye to history. The Oakland A's are moving to Vegas and will play at the new stadium once it is complete. That's all for today's WEBN News Update. Back to you both and Tufty.
Thank you, Emily. Last night, Hurricane Milton made landfall in Florida with coast-to-coast flooding and over 116 tornado warnings. We go now to Tony Ciano with a breaking news Hurricane Milton update.
Thanks, Faith and Max. Hurricane Milton hit Florida late last night, making landfall near Sarasota and moving east across the state overnight with sustained wind speeds of up to 85 miles per hour at the storm center. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis stated that over 116 tornado warnings were issued across the state yesterday, with some unexpectedly large tornadoes causing damage before the storm even reached the coast. Milton has also dropped about 16 inches of rain on St. Petersburg, a record-breaking number for the area. Over 3 million homes have since lost power from the Category 3 hurricane, and search and rescue operations are already underway in areas the storm has passed through. Sadly, there have already been multiple confirmations that Milton was a fatal storm, and rescuers are preparing for tough recoveries, and citizens in affected areas have been advised to expect several days without power, as thousands of energy workers are on standby to fix the damage. As Milton moves out to sea this morning, it has been downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, leaving Florida and other southern areas affected to deal with major storm fallout for the second time in 2 weeks. That's all I have on Hurricane Milton. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Tony. Florida and other southern states are dealing with the wake of both Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, as Tony mentioned, leaving some weather-seasoned Southerners doling out tips on how to gauge the danger of storms. For many Southerners, their local Waffle House is a symbol of comfort. That's for a few reasons. The restaurant chain is a dependable spot for crispy hash browns, gravy biscuits, and a tall stack of waffles 24/7. But for those living in hurricane hotspots, the glowing lights of a bright yellow Waffle House offer a different kind of comfort. It's a phenomenon known as the Waffle House Index. For decades, the diner chain was one of the few businesses that would remain open through severe weather. So on the rare occasion that the restaurant closes, it indicates a potentially disastrous storm could make landfall. Customers are then able to track restaurant closures on a color-coded map online and on social media, helping to identify what areas have power or running water. But it's not just locals that look to Waffle House for warning signs. Former FEMA Director Craig Fugate said that the Waffle House Index helped disaster relief teams following Hurricane Charlie in 2004. The Waffle House Index pointed him to areas that were most affected by storm surges and get help to those who needed it most. As for Hurricane Helene and Milton, Waffle House has closed many of their locations across Florida, signaling that the damage is expected to be critical.
40 private universities, including several in Massachusetts, are being accused of overcharging for tuition by including the financial backgrounds of non-custodial parents when determining financial aid. On Monday, a Boston University student and Cornell University alum filed a class action lawsuit seeking more than $5 million in monetary damages and a court order to stop the alleged practice. The plaintiffs allege students pay about $6,200 more to attend schools that include the finances of non-custodial parents compared to schools that do not. The schools being sued include Boston College, Boston University, Northeastern University, and Harvard, to name a few. After the break, Allie Evans gives us a preview of the WNBA Finals. Stay tuned.
All right, coming back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera one. Camera one, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take it. Tell them cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players coming across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera 2 close on the person shooting.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson's hoping to pull away and score this game.
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. 10 seconds left. Emerson's pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We have a very exciting week coming up. Hockey is back and everything, but some leagues are closing their seasons out. The WNBA today starts their first of 5 postseason games. Who do you have, Lynx or Liberty?
You know, because we do this together, and I know, you know, Minnesota runs deep.
Yes.
I'll go with the Lynx.
Yes.
But that's just for you. So
Okay.
that's just for you.
Okay, but I mean, I'm not to leave my Lady Lynx behind, but the Liberty looks fantastic, and I'm really excited. This is going to be a very competitive series.
They're a lethal team.
All right, let's hear more about it. We go to Allie Evans now, our sports correspondent, who has the full story on the finals. Allie?
Thanks, Faith. Good morning. After the New York Liberty beat the Aces 3-1 and the Minnesota Lynx beat the Sun 3-2, we now have our WNBA Finals matchup. This is a more than fitting finals contest as the two franchises were the top in the league during the regular season. Both teams boast heavy star power, with New York's 2-time MVP Breanna Stewart and 2020 first-round draft pick Sabrina Ionescu, and Minnesota's MVP runner-up Nafisa Collier. Both teams are expected to put on an exciting edge-of-your-seat series. Tip-off for Game 1 is tonight at 8. The puck has officially dropped and hockey is back. The NHL regular season kicked off on Tuesday with a triple header that included the victorious debut of the Utah Hockey Club against the Chicago Blackhawks. And reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, started their season by raising their new shiny championship banner into the Raptors of Amerant Bank Arena. On Wednesday, 5 more games and 10 more teams hit the ice for their first showings of the season. And tonight, we are getting some more icy action with 18 teams lacing up, including Boston's very own Bruins, who are playing their home opener at 7 at TD Garden. In some Emerson College news, women's volleyball senior Amelia Combs collected her 1,000th career kill on Saturday. The 5'10" hitter is the 5th player in program history to reach the exceptional milestone. Combs has a total of 235 kills alone this season. She will continue her record season when the Lions travel to Beverly to play the Endicott Engineers on Friday. That is all I have for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Allie.
President Joe Biden had an important phone call yesterday. With more details now, we go to Noah Berkowitz.
Yeah, thank you, Faith. President Joe Biden held what the White House described as a direct phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu Wednesday. The two were able to talk about the planned Israeli response to the latest Iranian missile attack. However, there were no further details on what a potential response could look like. The White House press secretary added that they discussed a range of issues. The leaders went 49 days without speaking, whilst tensions in the Middle East rapidly escalated, signaling how unsettled their relationship has become. The White House has continued to insist that the two maintain a positive working relationship. And Kamala Harris has reportedly raised over $1 billion in less than 3 months since entering the presidential race. The total is more than that of her foe, former President Donald Trump, which is more than what he's raised in the entirety of 2024. While other presidential campaigns have passed the $1 billion mark before, the sheer speed of how fast Harris has raised it is worth noting. Harris has been on a media tour this past week, but will rejoin the campaign trail in battleground states with just 26 days until the election. And Donald Trump is scheduled to hold a rally at the iconic Madison Square Garden later this month. The former president is using the event to kick off the final week of campaigning. Trump, who was raised in New York, will be making his second stop there this year following his May rally in the South Bronx. The rally isn't bound to swing New York, despite Trump's efforts to make a play for Democratic strongholds like New Jersey or New Mexico. Trump is known for his events that draw widespread media attention, and an event at MSG is sure to do just that. That's all I have for politics today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Noah. We are going to take another quick break, but when we come back, Kaylin Williams takes us to the Seaport Harpoon Dogtober Festival.
Yes. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We have a very sweet story coming up next, but during the commercial break, we were just talking about dogs. Max, what kind of dog would you be if you were a dog?
I am I'm a golden retriever,
I feel like you just gave yourself the best one.
No, because golden retrievers are very very loving, they're very caring, if you ask your golden retriever to do something, they're going to do it. And that's how I am. That's how I am.
I'm going to keep that in mind when I need like a coffee next Thursday morning.
Yes.
Well, to get to our story next, many of Boston's furriest members, Max not included, met up this past weekend to celebrate Dogtober, a charity event in Seaport, which field correspondent Caitlin Williams checked out for us. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Faith and Max. I hope you two are having an incredible morning. I certainly am, because today we're over in the Seaport area and we're joined by some rather furry friends, as today marks the 7th annual Harpoon Dogtoberfest. And what better than a fun day with dogs? A fun day with dogs for a good cause. That's right, the Dogtoberfest is slowly becoming a Boston staple, and it includes a series of dog-related events, from dog walks to races, a dog show, and even an adoption station. And this year's event is at the Harpoon Brewery and Beer Hall, and we had a lot of fun asking people why they came out.
So this is Trudy, and she's a princess, as you can tell. She's 11 years old and a Wheaton Terrier, and she has done all sorts of races before with me, because I do cross country in high school. And yeah, this is like a dog friendly one, so that's why we came.
What makes this event so special aren't just the paws and attendance, but also the fact that all proceeds raised go to the Canary Brain Tumor Research Fund at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. And the people contributing to such a fund all have a story.
We moved from Minnesota to Boston when she was 6 months old, so I drove her 21 miles across the country. Yeah, that's about it. This is Karma.
With that, I think it's safe to say the Dogtoberfest is the place to be. Reporting live, I'm Caitlin Williams with Good Morning Emerson. Back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. The Met Gala may seem far away, but the plans have already begun. We go now to Sam Lawrence, who has the latest in fashion news.
Thank you, Faith. The celebrity co-chairs of the 2025 Met Gala have just been announced. LeBron James, Coleman Domingo, Pharrell Williams, Lewis Hamilton, and A$AP Rocky have all been selected to help Vogue editor Anna Wintour execute her creative vision. This year's theme is called Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, and it is the first exhibit at the Met in over 20 years that will focus exclusively on men's fashion. This will surely affect the style choices that we'll be seeing in May when all the stars walk that iconic red carpet. Yesterday, in an Instagram post, actor Hugh Jackman announced his upcoming 12-show concert series titled From New York with Love. In the video, Jackman joked around with his Deadpool and Wolverine co-star Ryan Reynolds, saying that Reynolds could perhaps come see the show in a tech rehearsal, but that the stage is reserved solely for Jackman. The Les Mis star will be singing songs from movies and theatrical productions that he's been in throughout his career, including The Greatest Showman and The Boy from Oz. The concert series is set to begin the weekend of January 24th, 2025. In 2022, the world first learned about the elusive con artist Anna Delvey from the Netflix series Inventing Anna, which told the story of her gradual climb to fame through posing as a wealthy New York socialite. Delvey was arrested in 2018 for grand larceny in the first degree and was sentenced to 4 years in prison. This past September, she appeared on season 33 of Dancing with the Stars alongside a new dancer on the show named Andrew Sosa. Delvey was voted off alongside 90210 alum Tori Spelling in the show's second week of eliminations. And when host Julianne Hough asked what she learned from her time on the show, Delvey said, quote, nothing. In a now viral TikTok, Sosa revealed that he had the word nothing tattooed on the back of his left shoulder, which received mixed reactions from fans on social media. That's all I have for entertainment news today. Back to you two at the desk.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's commitment right there. Thank you, Sam. After the break, Hit Point Hall sits down with us to talk about their 5th season and all the science fiction-esque hijinks they plan to get up. We will be right back.
Jeez, that's real super. Had a nitwit like you get so tasteful.
I can't believe Lance prefers Brad's commercial to mine. Let's see NBS's commercial.
Having writer's block? Try NBS.
All right, everyone, put those scripts away. We're going up with scene convention canceled in 5.
And action.
It was you all along! No. I didn't kill the boy.
Cut.
Struggling with delivery? Try NBS.
And it was you all along! It wasn't me. I...
Cut. Everybody hold. Lighting. What's going on?
Need to learn a new crew position? Try NBS.
And it was you all along!
It wasn't me, okay? I didn't kill the boy. I promise.
Look at the subtle promotions. Tasteful cuts. Oh my gosh. It even fades to black.
Are you okay there, Zach?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cut.
The way I patted the stage, I really feel like I patted
Hello, and welcome to A Starborn Wedding.
Howdy! Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of Hit Point Hall.
Hi, besties. Welcome back to Season 3 of Hit Point Hall.
Hello, and welcome to Hit Point Hall Season 4, A Death in the Family.
Most, if not the world. With those dogs.
The dogs you can't.
Honestly, in my notes, in my notes, I have written the note.
How did you know that we were at the bar drinking? How did you know we were at the bar listening? She stole our memories. She stole our memories. She said it.
I forgot to use the cup.
I forgot to use the cup. Oh my god, this is so stressful.
As she says any questions, you see BLAM! And she startles, eyes go slack, and she falls to the ground, and holding a smoking gun, standing behind her, is Ian Harper.
Jeez. All you know in this moment is that you gotta save yourself. You gotta save yourself. You gotta save your skin. What are you doing that for?
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We are joined now in the studio by Sawyer Ellenberger, Natalie Dalton, Abby Meacham, Tilly Steck, and Ben Tardif. Welcome, y'all. How are we feeling this morning? Amazing. Yeah. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, we're happy to have you all here. It's going to be great, and we're very excited. So I want to hear a little bit about this upcoming season. Tell us about Supernova. What does it entail? Give us the scoop.
Sure. So I think that's me. I'm the DM this season, so the world is kind of built off of my pitch. Supernova is the Galaxy's favorite singing competition where it brings players together and pushes them to their limits with one question: do you want to blow up or do you want to burn out? It's about art, it's about aliens, and it's really fun and funky and absurd.
That sounds just up my alley, especially just in time for fall. Yeah. Do you want to give us kind of a quick rundown of each of your characters? Tell us a little bit about them. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm going to be playing Ryan Beck this season. He is
freshly out of high school. He is a drummer from the backwaters of Space, California.
Okay.
Cool.
It's spelled differently.
Ooh.
But yeah, there's a lot of O's, a lot
Very
of
cool.
PH's.
Sounds like something that could confuse us.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he entered the competition with his best friend. However, his best friend is no longer competing, so it's just him.
Ooh.
So it's all about that little adventure that he has to go on.
Oh, how fun.
Very cool.
I'm Sawyer Ellenberger. I'm going to be playing Johnny Laserstorm, who is he's a pub singer that in recent years has become a little bit more ambitious, going out for Laserstorm, or for Supernova, I mean, and he's going to do anything it takes to win.
I'm Ben Tardif. My character is Marcia Meyer. She's a she's been in the business for a while and has become sort of jaded. But her main vibe and stuff is she's kind of a punk rocker. So it's a bit of juxtaposition between like her jaded corporate persona and the punk rock, like F the system message of her music.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, the music business will do that to some people. It will.
I play Xylene Zomatica, both X's. She is a graffiti street artist. If you've ever seen those buskers in tourist areas who do paintings with spray paint, she's one of those. And she is fresh in the competition circuit. She is, through mysterious means, able to afford a chance to get into the show. And she is really coming from a rough spot, but she is trying to look for an opportunity to grab success with both hands. And she's from Space, France. There's also a lot of PHs and Fs in there, some weird letters and some weird accent marks, but she's very excited to be in the show.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I want to go to Space, France.
Yeah.
New bucket list spot.
And Space, California.
Exactly.
If it's anything different than the California I'm from, I'd love to check it out. So yeah, I spent some time looking at your guys' Instagram, and I saw and noticed that it looks like there's going to be the inspiration was sort of like David Bowie all the way to like Flash Gordon. So like what elements from those pieces of work are going to sort of be incorporated into the show?
I love classic sci-fi.
Yeah.
I have a huge collection of pulps from like Heinlein Asimov to much more recent names I cannot remember.
It's okay.
Doctor Who, Star Trek is all a big part of what I love about storytelling, but science fiction is something that can be a little uninviting.
Yeah.
And so I want to bring in the fun, joyful elements of science fiction that people don't get to see that I've seen since I started it. And then in terms of music, I love 80s music. My dad made my playlist as a kid, and I never grew out of that.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited to bring in this glam rock vibe. A lot of people, when they think retrofuturism, they think 50s. We're going 70s retrofuturism. It is a little grungier, but really colorful and glittery.
I love it.
Those are all things that we love. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Love the 80s.
Yeah.
Love the 80s inspired fashion in particular.
Absolutely.
Is there anything in specific that you all are looking forward to this season that's different? You're on your 5th season. I know it hasn't been the entire same cast and crew, but is there anything different or new or fun for this season?
So I think I'm the only person who's actually been on Hit Point Hall before. Last season I was the DM coach for our lovely DM Ford Blue. And this season, being in the DM chair is something that I'm terrified of, but also looking forward to. I'm not a performer, but I do really love storytelling, and being able to do that in a community-based setting is new and super fun.
I think for myself, while I come from a theater background, I've never played D&D before. So this is a very new field for me that I'm excited to explore, and I have a great group of people to do it with.
Have you found yourself kind of like getting more into the D&D world outside of set, outside of Hit Point Hall?
Oh, 100%. I loved watching all the TV shows before, which is kind of what drew me to Hit Point Hall in the first place, but to really get to play has been like so much more fun and really wants to make you like dive into it even more.
That's so fun. Maybe we need to get a GME cast and crew D&D game.
Hey, I think so.
Long term.
Yeah. I honestly, I need to play some D&D.
We can get into it.
Yeah. You'll have to teach me.
I was going to say, I was originally just going to apply for the crew, but then when Sci-Fi Disco was the theme, that's like my two favorite, like mismatched aesthetics, so I just fell in love with it and I wanted to be a part of it.
I mean, my favorite part of Dungeons & Dragons and TTRPGs in general is like just it's a ton of fun to be able to work together with other people to make a story. And I think this group is like, everyone's so cool. And it's like all the characters and stuff I'm super excited to interact with and make that story together. So that's probably just what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, similar thing to what Ben said. I love character work. I love being a character. I love like playing with other characters. I'm really excited to see what NPCs we get to play with because we were like trying out some really good ones. And I think it's really fun to step into the shoes of someone that like does not exist, will never exist. Like, of course, I'm never gonna have horns and a tail and be from like, I don't know, the deep dark, or
Space France.
The Underdark.
Space France.
Deep dark is from Minecraft, from Space France, of course. But it's fun to like, really lean into that and just be fully immersed in the world, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to check it out. We're very excited, very happy for you all.
Yeah.
And thank you all for coming to the show this morning. Make sure to check out Hit Point Hall's first live episode airing October 24th, right here on the Emerson Channel.
That's all we have for you this morning. I'm Faith Pinot.
And I'm Max Lasky. Thanks for waking up with us.